could feel beauty rising.
Hi, my name is Sue Skasky with Vermont Volunteer Services for Animals Humane Society, and welcome to our show For the Animals. Today we are on site in Windsor, Vermont, but the situation we want to talk about could be anywhere in Vermont. Rutland, Bennington, Brattleboro, you name it, it's all over. And it's a situation that involves stray cats and what do you do with them. And I had the good fortune to meet two women that are employees of Windcycle. You too? What?
Yes.
Yep, for Windcycle.
Well, I know I'm on the board of Windcycle.
Okay.
But I live in Windsor.
And you know what? This place is nice. I've never been in it before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is new.
Okay.
This where we moved from over by Goodyear here, where we fed the cats, where this all started.
Right.
Was over there. Was over at Windcycle, and we constantly got grief from the maintenance guy there that he didn't want us to feed the cats.
The stray cats.
The stray cats.
Okay.
Yeah. But and they even came in the building.
I know you talked about that. So they got to the point they trusted you.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they trusted us, and I had a litter box there even. But they were very friendly, and but when we moved, we were told we couldn't feed them anymore. But I was still feeding them, and so was Trudy.
Yeah.
And that's why I wore caps, because they'd know who I was with all this white hair.
They're going to know after you say this anyway. But you know,
now, when I think that two of the cats have been captured, according to what David told me from Lucy McKenzie, and we haven't seen the baby in a while. And one of the neighbors thinks someone took the baby in. There's two of them that were already spaded. They had their ears clipped.
And you know what, for people that don't know, the universal code for feral cats that have been neutered that have to be put back outside is you cut the top of the ear just slightly, and that way anybody trapping can tell right off when they're in a trap, oh, that one's been done already, instead of having to check underneath the tail to see.
Yeah, and they were very friendly, and they were, and they, you know, I kept saying to the maintenance guy, they keep mice out, so you know it's you know, we don't have to worry about the mice eating the equipment,
Right.
you know, but whatever.
You know, I don't understand how people could see a hungry animal. I don't care if it's a four-legged animal, two-legged animal, and just turn their back. I just don't get it. But that's why I wanted to talk about this situation, because
sometimes I would go down there and them cats would be limping. Like, to me it seemed like maybe the maintenance man kicked the cats, or...
Well, I never saw that. I really didn't. But basically, when he was evil, I ignored him. Now, one of the people that used to work for Windcycle, I don't know, somebody wanted the cat out of the building, and this fellow picked up the cat, and the cat taught him a lesson. And he had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe that person, whoever it is, had a vendetta in.
Well, he was actually choking the cat, trying to get it out of the building, and the cat urinated on him, and he bit him.
Scared him.
Yeah. We had actually two cats trapped in the building, so the next day I went and got a heart. Mark did, the manager, got a heart from the vet down here, and we captured the other one. I let her out without being bit.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not illegal to feed animals. So one of the things that we wanted to point out is you could feed them, maybe not on their property, but you could feed them. And our big thanks go to Lucy McKenzie Humane Society and David and Dawn, who do a great job of trapping cats, humanely, of course, and trying to find homes for them. We've worked with them on several colonies. But 5 years ago, PBSA came down and we did 2 spay-neuter clinics at the fire station, and we neutered at least 50, 60 cats
Wow.
for the people that lived in the block. In fact, we went door to door, knocking on the doors and telling them about the VSNP program, which is the program that Vermont Volunteer Services for Animals started, the first spay-neuter clinic program, rather, 30 years ago. And then we passed legislation and it evolved into VSNP. So anybody that is on a federal, state, or assistance program can qualify to have your animal neutered for $25, and the balance is paid by a special fund. $3 to every dog license when you license your dog goes into a special fund. So there's no reason why cats or dogs should be reproducing.
Well, were you all the people that did it in West Windsor? Because I used to live in West Windsor, and I used to take my cat, because I'm a cat person, but my son is a dog person.
Okay.
But we used to take the animals to the fire station there.
In West Windsor?
In West Windsor.
Right up the street?
On Route 44.
No.
Yeah, they used to do something there too. I don't know who was doing it,
Uh-huh.
but it was easy and it was simple, and I only had to walk like a block and a half.
There are vet clinics all over the state now. Truly. I mean, all somebody has to do is ask, and you'll find a clinic that offers reduced rates. But what I'd like to offer people in Windsor and anywhere, please, if you know of strays, if you know of feral colonies, call the local Humane Society. They can do something about it. But right here in Windsor, if you know of any cats that you're feeding, please call us at 672-5302. We can do a couple of things. We can help with the spay-neuter. We can help with the trapping. And then VVSA makes cat boxes. They are about 4 feet long. They are 2 feet wide. There are 2 entrances, so the cats go in, and then there's an enclosure in the center that's insulated, and so the cats can bed down. And if you could just continue to feed the animals, is it the best life? No, but it's a good life, as long as they have food and a warm place and someone to provide care for them. Eventually, they might even tame so you could bring them in your home.
I wish we'd have known about that cat box before.
Well, I actually, one of our board members brought a cat box to Dawn, to Lucy McKenzie Humane Society last week, so I think it's down here. But if you'd like another one, we can certainly...
Well,
Do you know
not
where
right
it
now.
is? Down,
I don't know where they put it, but she promised me she's already put it out.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah, no, well, my cat, the reason I was a little late, because whenever I start to walk around or whatever, my cat thinks it's time for another meal. So I had to go down. I feed him in the cellar now because he's really messy. So I had to go down and put a little food in his bowl, so that because he would have never let me out the door without. But my cat was an inside-outside cat when I lived in West Windsor. But I always whistled to get him to come home for dinner.
Right.
And he didn't look both ways one day and got hit by a car.
Oh.
But no, I took him to the vet, and he's better. And he's even he was a stray that I took in because he was eating the bird seed in my bird feeder. He was eating, and now so that I didn't buy him, except he is my $4,000 cat.
I'll bet you're invested in him.
Well, because he had dental work. He had, so yeah, he's not a pedigree, but he's my $4,000.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, this is a doable. So Windsor, please identify the cats. Let us know, and let's.
And that'd be wonderful.
Yeah, and I want to thank both Trudy and Kay for bringing this to our attention and for continuing to take care of the cats.
And it will. Yeah, Judy and I are both cat people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have 6 at home.
Could you take one more?
No,
Please.
my daughter's trying to get me to take a couple more.
Well, wait a minute, Kay. How many? You have one?
Oh, I only have
She
one.
could have 4 or 5
Yeah,
now.
But I moved to Dewey, and that's a cat neighborhood, but all of the cats, my new neighbors, said they all belong to someone. But they come visit. But I don't know whether I'll let my cat out next spring. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Because it's a new neighborhood. And he's been an indoor cat since the accident. And then he doesn't like going into the box that I use to take him to the vets. And even when, because I moved, he thought he's going to the vet again.
Right.
And he did not want to go in that box again.
You back them in. You don't put them in front first.
Well,
Yeah.
what I do is I put a towel around him and grab him and put him in because, I can show you the scars. But he's, and when I took him first to Dr. Mike, he didn't have a name, and he asked him, what's his name? And he's all black, and I said, Shadow. Well, he thought that was winter time, and when summer came and he went in and out, and he was an inside-outside cat in West Windsor, he got a new name, Killer Cat, because he kept bringing me dead things.
Oh,
and somebody said, those are presents
they
for
are
you.
presents, and I'm the one that runs around the cats. Drop it, let it go.
Oh, well, one time he came in and he dropped a little mouse that was still alive.
I know.
And because he knew that, I had a door for him that he could get in and out whenever he wanted. And and he dropped a little mouse, and there was a glass real close by. So I put a glass over the mouse, and I put something underneath, and I took and I went across the road to the field, and I let the mouse go.
Yeah.
But he brought me all kinds of dead things. So now he's got my initials are KC, so are his. Killer Cat. No, so I call him Killer.
And your cat?
I have 6.
6. I mean,
And
your
your
I have
name?
6. They're all inside though. I don't
Okay.
let any of them out. I live right on Main Street,
Yeah.
so I don't let them out.
I don't know whether I'll let Killer out there, but the other cats come and visit. I can see the paws around. And
Well, maybe this is a good time to plug Havana Brown. We have a cat that a farmer had in his barn, and he had them neutered. BVSA went in and spayed and neutered all the cats for this farmer. And then he said afterwards, if you want to find good homes for them, it's like, wow, okay. And I'd never seen a cat that's actually brown. And my friend looked it up, and it's called a Havana Brown cat. They're very rare. And it's a mix between a Siamese and a black cat. This cat looks like the color of a red velvet cake. And she's got the spunk of a Siamese.
I've seen one in my life.
I've
It was
never-
like a chocolate,
Yes.
the color of her coat.
Exactly.
Chocolate brown.
I've never seen one like that.
But she needs a home, unless we continue, and I'm not a shelter, but unless I continue to be a revolving door, I can't help the next one in line. So she is spayed. Her name is Savannah.
And she's from Georgia.
I can't remember where they came from, but you can look them up. No, she's actually from up north.
Yeah.
But she's a sweetheart, and we also have an orange and white that I call Mr. Lion. He's an older cat, and he was having a tough time surviving in the barn. Cats have a short lifespan with that sort of life. And
The ones that are outside.
in a barn, they do, as the farmer said, the cows lie down on them, the fox eat them, and they get hit by cars. It's like, okay.
Well, my cat doesn't go outside anymore, and I don't know how old do cats live.
They can live to be 20 years old.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking that this cat is now about 17.
You've been doing something right.
Yeah. He's not. He still moves pretty good, but with me, he's been with me for 17 years.
Mm-hmm. And actually, this is a good time to talk about the food too. Last week we just helped a woman and her son with their cat. The cat, because of the food that was being fed, the store brand food, and I can't remember what it was, but it wasn't even Frisky's quality. It was very low quality. The cat had crystals, and so our veterinarian, we have some wonderful vets that work with us, saw the cat and treated it and made very clear that the cat now for the rest of its life needs to be on canned food, no seafood, put on canned food to get enough moisture and not a lot of ash. So canned food is really important. Tuna especially is not good for cats. Maybe a treat once in a while, but you shouldn't do that. So you know what? You either pay for better food right now, or you're going to pay a vet bill later. So quality cat food is important.
Dr. Mike gave me something to push on because he had dandruff, and I stopped using it because it was not good for him. He, for want of a better term, I can't think of it, he had loose bowels, and so I stopped giving it to him. But he seems just fine. But when feeding the cats over at Windsor, a lady came by and said, I have some cat food because my cat is picky. So is mine, but he's not always picky about the same thing. Like, say, something will be there and he won't eat it, and I'll have to, throw it out because it's been sitting there too long.
You need a dog. You need a dog.
I need a dog. A dog will eat anything.
Or another cat. Or another cat.
Or another. I wonder how Killa would react to another cat.
Well, Havana's spunky. She really is. She's got the spunk of a Siamese. And I'm just going to throw this out. And what about if we were to provide a cat and dog food receptacle here for people to drop off animal food? So
that's it. Well, I don't know if it'll work. There might be some place. Let me think. Let me. I'll get back to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who might be.
Ideally, a supermarket, if they would allow us to put a cat receptacle in, and then cat and dog food. And if you would be able and willing to monitor
I don't think our only supermarket is Price Chopper, and I don't think that'll work.
But think about it, Kay. It helps their sales because people buy food right there and drop it in. And as long as somebody can monitor it, it's a win-win. Just think about it.
Yeah, we're filling up with more stores again, but I'll ask around.
Okay.
I'll have to find a pet person.
Do you want to be known in town as the go-to person for the cats that need help here, and then you refer them over to me? Yeah? Trudy. That's a yes from Trudy.
Yes, from Kay too.
Yeah, sure. But
how would they get a hold of you?
My home number,
Okay, which is
not at work.
Okay.
802-674-4120.
674 4120. We'll put that number up.
yeah, I noticed that was interesting because my landline is better because my cell phone works some places and not all
I know.
places and whatever. But mine is 674-4120.
4021.
4021.
4021.
And I saw that we
you
have
don't
the
value
same
yourself.
numbers. But there's
I just think if enough people in this town all come together,
I think so.
we might be able to get the cat situation under control.
Well, I want to thank both of you. And I want to leave enough space on our tape so that we can show what the cat boxes are.
okay.
And what we do our fundraising for is so we can afford to build them, buy the materials, build them. They do cost about $200 for everyone, but this is what we do fundraising for. So, and any contributions made to BVSA, we're a 501c3, which means nonprofit. It's all tax deductible. But basically what we are a bunch of friends that came together years ago, and we formed a humane society, and it's something that anybody could do. So I want to thank you both for what you're doing. And
Mistreated cats too. I see a lot of that going on.
our
Anybody who
and I
sees
know.
anything like that, they
Speak
need
up.
to call.
Yeah.
And
make sure that it's taken seriously and not just blown off.
Yeah.
Because animals by law have the right to adequate food, water, shelter, sanitation, medical attention, and free from torture and torment. And if you see anything going on, speak up, because they're just like children, they're just like seniors. They can't speak for themselves a lot of the times.
Thank you for coming over.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding? Thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
what you're doing. Hometown heroes. Woo-hoo!
at dusk, there came a turning. There was a moment when all was known. You could feel beauty rise